who wants to give a, I guess, fairly brief recap of the last session?
We are in
If nothing
hell.
else.
That's recap. We're in hell. Period.
Says the man with a sugar mama from hell.
Yes.
That's incest.
What?
Wait a second.
What?
What the fuck were you
Hold on.
thinking?
Wow.
I think it's more like copyright infringement, but sure.
I mean, if
Sugar
that's
mama from hell.
there's so many questions I have for you. Then hold on.
Don't know. No.
Off to a good start already tonight.
No. Anyways.
Please tell me the recording got that, Treg.
So,
I'm not recording. Trans is.
God damn it. Oh.
I'm recording though.
Oh, that's not.
Not even 10 seconds in, and we got an out of context. Just, I'm not
I
even
think that's
sure.
a new record.
Yeah, it might be a new record for all me.
Please edit that in post. I have no idea where my mind was when I made that comment.
but in all seriousness, well, we woke up from our fun, eventful night of drinking and a lot of commotion. And then the next morning we hear some screaming. Some lady came out from beyond the gate saying that her children and a few other refugees were taken. And then she had a portrait of Evian that seemed older. And she passed out after talking with Andros and Alton. And then after that, we went walking towards the direction of where these bandits may be located. And we found out these bandits looked a little, what's the word I would be nice with? Crummy? Not bandit-looking people. They looked really, really poor and very scared.
Drained.
But, yeah, that's the word. And when they spotted Evian, they seemed really relieved and they wanted us to come back, but everyone was kind of suspicious. But so after kind of having some words, we followed the person, and I forgot his name, but we were led to a hideout of sorts and went through a tent to see this purple flame, and they said, yeah, I done your deed, please let me free. And then all of a sudden he kind of turned into the metal bucket, I think, or he shriveled up or something like that into the metal bucket.
The bucket collapsed. His head exploded. Or his
Oh,
head
okay, right. So I heard wrong that session. Worse
He
for
turned
wear.
into a bucket. Yeah, that's what happened.
Next, you see Thamor wearing the bucket.
Don't give him ideas.
It's a start helmet.
Yeah, after that we were kind of like, what the hell just happened? And then we heard a new voice saying that he was the ringmaster of such circus, and we are the royal guests, and that he had games for us. And these games were not very pleasant for some of us, and for those who don't want to be really into playing the games. So yeah, there's that.
So, yep, mostly all there. Like I said, you got the cutout because his head kind of got smushed as the helmet collapsed upon itself and crushed the former bandit king's head in. The ringleader stole a few of your guys' attention, quite literally, and has told you to enjoy the park and to come back to the main event in the big tent later on when you've collected enough tickets for each of the attendants that want to see it, as well as your only way out. You were also told of several rules of this amusement park, of this carnival, which you have already. Well, one of the rules wasn't a rule. That fourth was a suggestion, which you all very painfully found out what happens. Step saying up. But when we kind of last left off as well, I know you guys played two of the games, but you did find a third that you didn't participate in. But you played in the apple bobbing and succeeded. You played in the archery contest, partially succeeded in stealing a ticket instead of trying to shoot the poor captive and finding the apple hidden within him. As well as you heard of a eating competition over in the garden area. So
Is that where Alton and Thamor currently are, or they were coming from the fishing place?
they were coming from the dock area. The beer garden eating contest was down here, where I'm hopefully pinging, where they went to the food tent and smelled all sorts of odd, various aromas, and were greeted by, again, this odd little carny that seems to pop up everywhere with any of the attractions you go to. We will go ahead and resume. I believe we kind of left off with after the lights had flickered.
Yeah, we got run over.
Yeah, you guys got run over by what you could only describe as some monstrous-looking creature wearing a large, oversized tutu. But as the lights kick back on, flicker back into so that everything comes back into view, again, the noises of a carnival fill the area around you, even though you still don't see any. It's just the sounds and smells seem to surround you. Out of the corner out of your eyes, you catch maybe the flicker of what seems like a shadowy humanoid form or forms wandering about the carnival grounds, but looking closely, there's nothing there. But all around you, several attractions still seem to be, and several tents still seem to have various games or attractions or signs out front. What did you guys want to do?
I think we should focus on the people who are in the main strip.
Okay. So yeah, everyone got run over, so...
Ow!
Oh,
Hey, do you want to take a short rest? Everybody looks hurt.
I don't know if we've got time to rest.
I think we do.
We got these tickets to get before whenever the night show is, and looking up, it's already night.
I'm halfway dead.
I think most of us are.
All the more reason.
Well, I think I can do something about that.
Don't
I'm
heal me
paladin,
if I'm
but-
gonna take a short rest.
Well, did the ringmaster say how long we had?
All he said was the show was tonight. If we didn't have tickets, we'd be permanent guests.
I think the safest thing is to assume the time is of the essence.
I
Maybe we should just do our best to avoid whatever the fuck that was just now, and do what we need to do.
Andros, you have a ticket, don't you?
No, I've been with you the whole time.
Oh, that's right. My attention hasn't been here. Hey!
Barnacle, something happened to him up there with his suite, but now we gotta go find something to do.
We could wrap around and go on that little cart ride. I would say what's the worst that can happen, but given how this place goes.
Sure, let's go for a cart ride. Certainly can't go horribly wrong.
Hey, Zidane. Did you two get a ticket yet?
Yes, and this bear.
Ooh.
Is the bear still squirming?
It seems to be a bit more relaxed in your hands. Though if you jostle it around, and again, it's heavy, you can still feel something moving around inside it.
There seems to be something inside of it, but given the nature of this place, I'm not sure about opening it.
Well, we'll worry about the bear later. What about the ticket? Can I get a better look at it?
Why?
Well, Absent Thoughts looks around to see if anyone else is listening. Are there any obvious people who look like authority figures here?
Again, looking around, you only catch the briefest glimpses of like shadowy looking humanoids wandering the fairgrounds. Any sign of that attendance seems to be gone.
If I look at Zidane's ticket paper,
It's
does
my
it look-
ticket.
It's your ticket, okay.
Yeah.
When I take a look at the ticket, does it look like regular parchment paper, or does it look like a very, very specific brand of paper?
Roll me a investigation. Or actually, roll me an arcana on that.
Okay, thank goodness. I'm actually proficient in something.
An investigation would have been at disadvantage.
Yes, I got a 10.
Okay. The
Would
paper
love to
itself feels a little different than anything you're used to. Perhaps something, a byproduct or a material made here in the Feywilds. But there's something else as you touch it, this surge of magic that you can almost barely perceive as you're touching it.
Hmm.
Well,
Oh. Well, there goes forgery. Maybe
I
as a
can
last
think
resort.
about it.
I'm just kind of marking out some of the attractions because just to save time of everyone running around in circles trying to read what some of the signs say.
mhm.
We got a freak show here. It looks like we got that, like you said, cart ride in the distance, and
'Cause just
what
to make
tickles your
one-
fancy, noble?
Well, we don't have cart rides at home. Might as well get that out of the way. And I'm sure you would say Hall of Freaks. You just look around the people around me. I already get that at home.
Just kind of shrugs, pointing at the sizable horns on the side of his head. Whatever. Fine. Let's go do some cart riding.
Is anyone attending the cars? Look like we just get into a car and go.
One second.
Morani, are we following?
Seems to me that we would probably increase our chances of getting tickets if we kind of split up. Maybe we should see what else this wonderful place has to offer.
As you approach the cart ride, again, as with the other places before, the attendant seems to materialize just by walking from around a corner. You swear he couldn't have been there before. And yet, somehow, there he is. Oh, welcome, welcome. I see you've made your way to our wonderful car ride.
Yes, yes, we have. What's so wonderful about it?
Well, see, the carts here don't go anywhere in particular. They take you on a wonderful trip through your own mind. What horrors and fascinations might await you there? Oh, I don't know.
Oh dear.
In my own mind, eh?
Yes.
I live in that place quite a lot.
Well, I imagine you would. As for me, I'm quite adjacent to it.
What about you, Applesauce? You up for a little mental cart ride?
Like you, I already live in my own mind a lot. This will be good.
I almost
Fun,
thought you were
even.
going to say it was going to be fun.
Yeah, it is going to be fun.
Right. Anyway, anything you got? Got any helpful tips for us, vendor?
Well, don't die, don't go insane. And if you do need a puke, aim over the cart. It makes it easier to clean up.
Right. Don't die. Don't puke on the cart.
And don't go insane. We got plenty of those here. Don't need any more, unless you're looking for a job.
I mean, what's the
Question.
pay like?
What if we're already insane?
We have several open positions in the carny division of attending some of these rides and divisions.
Noted.
Yes.
Andros will look over at Absinthoss, then he'll step into the nearest cart. Right. No insanity.
Are these one-person carts or two-people carts?
They're two-person carts.
I guess I'll go right behind.
Come on, snuggle in.
As you step in, he closes the cart door. You hear an audible click as it locks into place, and he steps back, gives you a wide, cheerful smile, and waves as he pulls a lever next to him. And nothing seems to happen.
I think I'm just gonna wait here for a moment. Unless, Andros, you have something to say.
Vendor,
Yes?
is the ride busted?
Oh, no, 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 no. You see, it's just begun. And he sits there and just kind of smiles at you, grinning wildly. Oh, right. I have to attend to our next guest. And he turns, and you see yourself, both you, Absinthoss and Andros, approaching the carts.
Oh. This will be interesting.
Sits back, crosses his arms.
I mean, I like myself. Do you like yourself?
Depends on the day.
So that's a no.
Wasn't a no, it's a depends on the day.
As they approach the cart, the same scene plays out before you, as you just experienced not a minute before. Then the cart lurches forward suddenly. It starts going forward, slowly, building speed as it approaches the mine shaft. Behind you, you hear the conversation play out as they get into the cart behind you. And as you propel faster into the darkness, nothing is really visible. Crags in the wall, perhaps, and for the of you both, I think neither of you have dark vision at this point, right?
I gave
I
mine up.
I do have dark vision, racially.
Racially, okay. So even with dark vision, all you see is just the surrounding, narrowing corridors of this mine shaft. And at first, you just hear the rails of your own cart going. And you hear another set of wheels on rails. And another echoing from behind you. Going faster. Faster. Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oof.
Andros?
Rolling physicals. Got a 16.
As you're going faster, Andros, perhaps because you can see slightly, but you hear a slight click and a whoosh, and you just barely manage to get your head down as a large sweeping blade sweeps across. Absinthosh, you are not so lucky, as the blade swings across and nicks you across the cheek. And you take 4 points of slashing damage.
Oof. I'm gonna say that you probably didn't see that, did you?
I saw whatever that was. Fuck. And
Andros and Absinthosh, roll me a d6.
3.
4.
Okay. Andros, you feel a slight graze against your cheek. You swear you dodged it, but then you remember maybe you didn't. And you hear a yelp come from the carts behind you. You take 3 points of slashing. Absinthosh, you take 6 points of slashing.
oh fuck.
Oh.
The carts
Shit,
get faster.
I think we're linked with the it's behind us. I don't know if this will work.
He's gonna reach back and grab onto him.
Hold on fucking tight.
And Andros is going to twin cast Enlarge Reduce, shrinking them both down to half their size so that they are much more hidden inside the carts.
Okay. So you shrink inside the cart, and with the momentum of the cart and the decrease in mass, because apparently magic will exist with the enlarge reduce, you are thrown back again.
Unless you resist, Absinthosh.
Oh, I guess you could.
He's not resisting. He is close to death, and so.
Okay.
And
so
you
you're
can't see
both
shit.
kind of pinned to the back of the cart. You hear another swish above you as something else flies above the cart. But in your size, you duck underneath it. You
That
feel
worked.
the air passing above you again. A bit closer, but still underneath. As the carts
Stay
get
low.
faster and faster still. It gets harder to move in there with your size. For a brief moment, as you're going faster, you see something pass through you. In fact, you see the other cart and yourself pass through you, going faster than you.
Oh,
As you pass confused stares between yourself and your doppelgangers, going further and further, faster and faster. You hear you hear a change in the tone of the tracks ahead of you as the cart seems to drop. And you hear the splintering and cracking of wood.
Absinthosh.
You get one reaction.
If you got any of those fly spells.
So I will call. Can I call upon the void as a reaction?
Yes, I'm giving you an action. Basically, I'm giving you an action. You're getting one shot to try and circumvent whatever just happened.
Then it sounds like the cart's basically going to fall off the tracks, and then it sounds like it's colliding through wood, like the wood is breaking. Am I hearing that right?
Something of that nature, but you, like I said, you hear as if though the cart is going down or like falling, or going increasing in altitude somewhat, and then yes, you hear splintering and cracking of wood.
Then I'm going to call upon the void and say the words, "We fall safely," in an attempt to cast Featherfall.
Go ahead and roll the damage. Alright. You reach out in a panic, calling to the void, again, feeling that same burn as it draws on your life force to cast. And it successfully casts Featherfall upon you and Andros. And as you approach the same spot, you hear the noise. You feel the tracks go sloping as you're ramped downward, going faster and faster. Before the cart slams into a wall. I will need you both to make dexterity saving throws.
Good job.
Okay. This one.
Oh,
Oh.
You better stabilize me.
oh no.
Yikes. Alright,
Well,
after those, you take... one point of bludgeoning. Andros, with the nat 1, you're going to take the full brunt of it and take 8 points of bludgeoning. Reduced a little bit as your size, and with the feather fall, you don't quite descend as fast as the cart, though it's kind of catching you a little bit. But you are kind of thrown against the wall. Andros more so with just the way you're trapped against the cart, and you were just flung into the wall, taking that bludgeoning damage. And as soon as you land on impact, the wall facade fades, and you fall out the other side, appearing, oddly enough, at the entrance to the cart ride. Looking up at a grinning Carney attendant.
I rolled a 15 on my concentration save, so we are still small.
Well, how did
Kinda
you
like-
like a little trip through a mine in yourselves?
Ugh.
You
Was
know,
the
it would have been
wall-
more fun if I could actually see what was going on. It's kind of boring.
Your head's a dark place.
Was the wall supposed to mean something, or was it just funny?
Oh, it's just funny.
Yeah, I respect that.
Anyway, and he kind of like shrugs his shoulders and snaps his fingers, and they both grow back to their full size.
Ugh.
That a neat trick.
Hey,
What?
right? I know.
You survived my little cart ride and had a blast doing so. Your doppelgangers, well, weren't so lucky. But in their place, he gives a very foppish, flourish bow and presents you a ticket.
To each of us, or just one ticket for the both of us?
Just one ticket for the both of you.
Right.
You deserved it, Andros. As he tries
You
to
know-
gash the bleeding off his face.
Sure, I'll take it.
Takes it and
And with that,
pockets it in his pouch.
the attendant gives you a wink, that crude grin before hopping off behind the ride. And you don't hear from him.
Huh. Well, that hurt.
Kind of stretches at his jaw.
But it could have been worse.
It could have been a lot worse, but... Well... I already lived through my nightmare. It's called existing. Especially with my sister being back.
You're just a cheery one all the time, aren't you?
Well, if I, live the depressing reality of being a noble,
Is
there's
there
no choice but
anything?
being cheery.
Is there anything about your life that you appreciate or look fondly on?
Thanks for a good moment. His hand on Anaros's shoulder. Actually, it's you guys. You're the first good thing in a very, very, very long time.
I don't know if that's encouraging or depressing.
You know, one day you'll meet my father, who's the only other good light spot in my life. You two would get along well.
I mean, if he's nothing at all like you, I guarantee it.
He's mostly not like me.
Beautiful. Anyway, you picked the mine ride.
Let's go
I
ahead
guess
and.
I get my pick. We can switch to the next person.
As I say, I'm gonna go ahead and hop to what are so is Alton just resting?
Yep.
Okay. Alton, as you're resting, a curious sight befalls you as a odd-looking duck is perched on the seat next to you with a wide, human-looking smile, watching you, sitting just out of arm's reach next to you.
Okay.
Zidane and Morane. What are you guys up to?
Before
believe-
we do anything else, Marani is just going to reach into her bag and pull out a couple of healing potions. She offers one to Zidan. Need a little pick-me-up after whatever the hell just happened?
I suppose I can keep one on me. I was thinking about making myself a little bit, well, brighter. I am going to use, go on, roll 20. You can do it. There we go, buddy. Well, I guess two things. So first, he's gonna touch his gonna touch the twin keys there, Warden's Mantle. I'm going to heal myself for 1d8 plus 4. Well, and then for a minute, I get plus 2. So 2 times 10 is 20 hit points. Assuming that for a minute I don't get hit by anything. And Sentinel on life on. Well, just looking around me, I know I'm gonna plop a one Marani, and Alton's just out of range. I just see Thamor and then mark him with Sentinel of Life as well. So healing myself for 25 and Sentinel on my 2 allies next to me. And he'll
Go ahead and-
take.
Go ahead.
He'll take the potion and put it in a belt pouch.
So what I just gave you actually was one of my special healing potions where instead of healing for 2d4 plus 2, it heals for 2d4 plus 4. It's one of my special ones that I crafted a while ago. And meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and down one of those potions for myself.
Okay.
That's I heal for 8. Brings me back up to a
Ronnie
beefy
TM.
Ronnie TM. That brings me up to a beefy 26. But hey, I'm back up to half-life. Okay.
That's exactly what I needed to go back to max, actually.
Oh, good for
Assuming
you.
I don't get smacked.
So before we head into we're heading for the Hall of Freaks, I assume. Sedan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So before we head in there, I want to take a look at this bear.
Okay.
I'm not going to try telepathically linking with it because we saw that had icky consequences before. So I'm just going to like just kind of kneel down next to its head, I guess, and just lean in real close and whisper, "Can you hear me?"
It wriggles a bit, but makes no audible noise.
Okay. Just kind of like, awkwardly reach up and just kind of like pat it softly. Just hold tight. We'll get out of this. And I don't know if there's some kind of it's probably hard for me to tell since it's like whatever is in there is obviously contained within the bear, but could I maybe roll like a medicine check or something to see if whatever is in there seems to be hurt in any way?
It would be difficult since there's no way to really see what or how it's in there.
Mm.
So I would say there's not a real reasonable way to figure that out through medicine since this doesn't have any real sign of what it is.
Okay, well, in that case, then I guess I'll just look into Dan and I'll say, just keep a hold of that thing until we figure out how to get the hell out of here. I don't think that we should open it up right here. Lord knows what'll happen.
All right.
But in the meantime, we still have tickets to get, so... Shall we peruse the Hall of Freaks?
Should be interesting.
Guess we'll take off walking to the Hall of Freaks.
I'll take the lead, I suppose.
Okay.
As you approach the Hall of Freaks from around the entrance door or flap, again the carney steps out, wide smile. Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. This here is the revered Hall of Freaks. Unfortunately, this is an attraction that requires, well, your entire group. You see, we don't like lines or repeats, but if you two went in by yourselves, I can't guarantee you'd come out alive.
That's foreboding.
That's part of my job. Foreboding, entertainment, and, delight. Not in that order. Oh, and customer service is in there somewhere, too.
I see. Well then, maybe we'll be back a bit later.
Yes, yes, yes. Bring everyone. It is a fun little tour through our, well, esteemed collection we've had throughout the years. And when you get through, we will give you a whole 3 tickets. If you are the lucky ones.
Should I even bother asking what happens if we're not one of the lucky ones?
Well, it depends. You want an answer?
To be honest, I'm not sure I do.
Well, then there you have it.
Is there a different game that you would perhaps suggest nearby?
Well, there is the eating contest, which is room for 1 or 2. We have the Dunk-a-Dwarf way over in the other end of the fair. It's quite a popular one player. We've got the ring toss, again, 1 player, another fun little attraction if I do say so myself. And, what else? Oh, yes, we have the fortune-telling tent. Not really a ride, but fun. Some insight into your friends or foes, maybe, depending on the right questions. And the Maze of Mirrors, another full party attraction, because I can't guarantee you'll come out alive if you don't go in with everyone. You know, but if you'd like to try, by all means. And he gestures over to the tent. I'm never going to say no to those who seek a challenge.
Oh, another question. Does time pass by at the same rate? Or is it to the ringmaster's whim?
Depends on what you mean. I've been here my entire existence. Time here is time to me.
How long until night?
Well, that's hard to say. Maybe an hour? Maybe 30 minutes? Who knows? But soon, the ringmaster will not be denied his grand performance.
Is there perhaps some sort of promise that could be made that nighttime only comes when all of our party has a ticket for each one? I would hate
Nope.
to spoil the ringmaster's fun with all of us.
Nope. Because again, for those that do not have a ticket at the night's end and do not wish to see the night's performance, well, you'll be sticking around with us for a very, very long time. So you'll have plenty of time to see the performance.
The Dan looks over to Marani with something that counts as concern.
Well, I suppose we've got our work cut out for us then, don't we?
Wouldn't think of it as
Dumping
work.
a
It's a
dog.
carnival.
Aha. Well. In any case, Sedan,
Dumping a
why don't
dwarf
we
sounds
see?
fun.
Sure, why not? Please tell me that Thunderhands is here.
No guarantee.
I guess we'll head over to Dunkadorf, I guess.
Okay. So you guys are heading over there. We'll quickly just hop
I do
to.
think. Well, thank you for the information.
Yes, I said that's part of my job. Somewhere in there's customer service of some kind. Just be sure that you're enjoying yourselves. We take pride in our first class Fey entertainment here.
Aha. Well, have fun with that then.
I will.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah, we're leaving. Goodbye.
Oh,
He just
oh.
grins, steps again behind the curtain or into the curtain flap. All right, so while you guys are heading to Dunkadorf, what are the rest of you doing apart from pinging a cart full of cheese? Apparently.
Thaymore is so
Are there
excited.
any goats?
All right, Thaymore,
Oh, I
you're
guess
joining
we
them at
picked up
Dunkadorf.
Thaymore.
I was on my way over here while they were doing that.
Oh, okay. I guess while you're heading over there, Evian and Barnacle, what are you two doing? After the aftermath of being run over by whatever that was, you're left again with a single ticket. The attendant is gone, and the prisoner is still strung up, very drugged. Still kind of looking a mix of horrified and just completely out of the loop.
Are you all right there, Barnacle?
I'm fine. I'm made of fucking water.
Well,
You can't scratch
Hmm.
this pretty face.
right. Well, in any case, I should have said something earlier. Apologies. What are
Why?
we going to do about him?
Go free him. I don't got a knife.
Sure. So she goes over to the person and.
I'll keep watch out.
Oh, God.
Thank you. Yeah, so she's gonna go up to the person, trying to be as careful as possible, trying to take him down.
Okay. He's in just kind of like rough leather shackles that are not particularly difficult to cut your way through with a little time.
Yeah. So. Yeah, she focuses on that, and she's like, okay, it's all right. I don't have anything on me. Maybe I could.
After he's cut down, he pretty much just falls to his knees and then to his face, and he's just lying on the ground,
Oh,
barely on kind of the brink of consciousness.
oh boy. She looks kind of like sheepishly between the person and then back at Barnacle. She's like, can't really leave him here. So she'll try to pick him up and bring him over to somewhere where she can hide him for now. Try to keep him safe somewhere.
Yeah, Barnacle come over and kind of splash him across the face with his wet hand.
Hey, wake up!
He
Hello?
doesn't seem to respond other than groggily kind of groaning as you slap him with your wet hand.
Barnacle, I believe this man is quite drugged. Obviously with all this scarring, and I don't think he's really here.
So you
Well-
want to you want to save him, or are we leaving him?
Well, I want to save him, obviously, and I'm not going to leave him here to where he's be tortured every and again, and with arrows and what have you, whatever. I just want him out of here.
Okay.
Let's just go to maybe somewhere where we can maybe possibly hide him over there in those bleachers, maybe by the tree. She points in that direction.
You're the boss.
Right. Okay. Give me a hand. And she goes to wrap one arm around her shoulder, and then looks over to you to see if it's if he takes the other one. Starts making her way down towards the bleachers.
Gets himself as much underneath the guy as possible, and yeah, whatever weight that Barnacle can hold.
Okay.
Which isn't much.
Nope.
It kind of just swashes through.
Okay. So, do I need to make any checks or anything? Otherwise, I can. It's just that like.
You can kind of drag him, like fireman drag him.
Okay. Well, let's do that.
Okay.
She just fireman drags him over to the bleachers over here, and then tries to cover him up from anyone's view. And she'll look around to see if there's any attendants, like the guy who was in charge of the archery range, see if he was around, or any other person looking around before she tries to hide him.
You don't see the carny, but again, that ever present feeling of just other creatures or people around you is still there. Like other fairgoers that you just can't see, or you only catch out of the corner of your eye.
Hey,
Barnacle's gonna figure out which hole or which cut has an apple in it. Just gonna start feeling them, finding a lump.
You're just gonna try and poke at him until you find it?
Just running his hand over them, not like gouging them, but you know.
Well, I mean, I'm just kind of.
Yeah, he's trying to find where the apple is.
Are you doing this purely just based on like investigation, or are you gonna try and make a medicine check of it?
It's Barnacle. He's just touching the guy. He's not trained in anything, so he's just looking. You know, he's touching each of the spots and pressing to see if something feels lumpish. More lumpish
With
than
that,
normal.
you wouldn't find it.
well, I think you did the right thing. I think they're tricking us. There's no apple here. At least I can find.
I'd rather not open any wounds either. I mean, some of these are quite fresh and some of them are quite old. For now, maybe I could just keep them low underneath the bleachers. And she digs through her bag and just starts to wrap her bedroll just around his shoulders. Just keep him in the shadows for now. And then I guess we can, once everything's all together, we can probably get him out of here. But if we still got to gather all those tickets, I mean, I only managed to get one, unfortunately. And she rubs her back of the neck at that.
Well, room for improvement then. Let's go find another tent.
All right, are you going to choose this time?
Yeah, let's go to this red one right here.
Just walks like through the fence.
Wait a minute. Well, so she's like, wait, and hops over the fence to try to keep up with the old watery man.
All right, we will get to that in a second. Then we will go quickly transition then over to Dunkadorf. As the three of you, as the three of you guys approach this tent, again, the attendant seems to appear from behind the stall, just there, and gracing this stall is a large glass vat, and inside sits a very tired, angry, disgruntled-looking dwarf with blackened skin. Though he looks maybe a tad familiar. Sitting on a pedestal above a basin of water. Next to him, you see a crudely painted target sign and several balls aligning on the stall. The attendant approaches. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Dunkadorf. Who would like to play? The reward is currently 1 ticket for the person who can successfully dunk a dwarf in 3 tries or less. Though if you should fail, well, you might be the next one in there.
Why does this dwarf seem familiar? Let's see.
Trying to think. Who here has seen Thunder Hands?
Jesus Christ! Yes.
I think only one of us.
We've
And that
seen
was Evie.
Oh my god.
Evian's seen him. Absinthoss has seen him. I'm fairly sure.
Thought Thamor saw him in the tussle, but I don't know if he knew anything about him.
So
He wasn't. Thunderhands was in
and
Tussle?
I saw him in the alley when he was searching.
That's right, we did.
Right. So basically, everyone who's not there.
Yeah.
Of course. Of course.
All right, so he doesn't look familiar to you at all.
God damn it.
Random guard.
Nope, you don't even know it's a guard. It's just a half-naked dwarf sitting on a little contraption of a bench, suspended above a pool of water.
Thamor steps up.
With a tattoo across his heart that says Face Layer.
Fuck you.
Yeah, Thamor will step up.
Oh, big lad, would you like to play?
I would definitely enjoy torturing a dwarf.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, we have open applications in the torture department if you're more interested in that.
Oh, what?
How do I play?
Well, it's pretty easy. You get 3 shots. You get to pick your balls from amongst here, throw it as hard as you can against the target, and if you succeed, it'll dunk the dwarf into the water, and you win a ticket. And perhaps, maybe even save his life.
Ah.
Now then, are you ready to play?
Sounds simple enough.
Marvelous! He snaps his finger, and the dwarf lights on fire.
Oh my god. Oh dear.
Hurry!
Just
Oh
got
my
back
God.
here
You
and
hear him screaming from inside this chamber.
Wow. Okay, what's the check to toss the ball?
Athletics. At a disadvantage.
I step away for 3 minutes.
That's 70 hit.
Hey! Stay more.
Okay. You pick up the ball. It feels odd. And as you chuck it forward, I'm going to need you to roll me a d6.
D6.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3.
Okay. As you
Decision
throw
strike.
as you throw it towards the target, the ball vanishes.
What?
Marani, make a
Yeah?
reflex saving throw or dexterity saving throw.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Why? No!
Say wilds.
Ah.
Aura
Oh,
protection.
fuck. That's a natural one.
Oh,
You
Or
kind of are
correct.
watching the ball as Thamor throws with all his might. It seems to be unerring, going straight for the target before it just blinks out of existence, and you feel a massive thud as it crashes into the back of your head.
Baymore! Jesus Christ!
But she's standing behind me.
Yeah.
Okay, I turn around. I toss the ball at her.
Baymore!
Ronnie, make me a dexterity saving throw.
God damn you! Hey, I'm not gonna roll that dice again. Okay. Swear to God, hand to God, natural 20.
Okay. Almost with a supernatural prediction of just Thamor being Thamor, he turns and just hurls the ball at you, and you manage to duck out of the way as the ball swerves over your head. You do notice that the ball doesn't fly straight. It seems to be like wildly shifting as though weighted, as it flies over your head and crashes into the bushes behind you.
As this one
two
crashes the
throws,
other
only
one.
one left. Oh, and the dwarf is looking a little burnt right now.
Hmm.
The screaming continues.
Well, I'll take a third one. I'll toss it at the dwarf again.
Oh
Go
my
ahead
Well,
and
God.
roll
at
me
the-
an athletics. At a
At
disadvantage.
disadvantage. Oh.
Can I guidance him before he threat? Never mind.
I mean, might not be able to do that, but I mean,
I doubt it'll help if a 17 didn't do it.
Okay. The ball Thamor, as you throw it, you feel as though you threw it correctly, but it dips almost immediately as though you threw a curveball, striking into the ground beneath you. Well. 3 strikes, and you're out.
I'm gonna pick up the guy and toss him.
Yes, yes.
He has
No,
cheated
no.
Thamor.
Security. Security.
this.
I'm gonna need
I
you to
love
roll
this.
the initiative against him because either he's gonna snap his fingers or you're gonna chuck him and things are gonna get interesting.
All
Oh,
of us or
no.
just him?
Just him, because Thamor's making the action to like chuck him before he tries to do his thing.
Yes,
please.
Thamor. Yeah, no!
Oh!
But you said guidance. Guidance is on a skill check. Initiative is a skill check.
I did say that.
Go for it if you got the guidance off.
I mean, I did say I wanted to cast guidance, so
All right.
add a d4,
Okay.
Thamor. Just roll a 2, please. Yay!
Oh no.
Thamor, he's lifting his hands almost in a Avenger-style Thanos snap of sorts. He's about to pull it off. You barely just out of range, and then you remember just that little boost of magic from your druid, and you reach forward, grab him by his arm, and a surprised look crosses his features as you yank him and just yeet him across the stall where you hear him crash behind it. And as he crashes behind there, the flames go out on the poor dwarf who is now smoking from inside the chamber. The attendant pops his head up from behind it with a very frustrated look on his face. That is not how you don't toss me. I'm not a ball. Security.
Oh, jeez.
I push Marani into this tent and then try and hide with her.
Lights flicker and start to fade. What do you want?
Fuck. Quick,
Yoink.
Hiding everywhere.
get off the line.
Stealth checks for those that are trying to hide.
Oh, Jesus.
Do I have an action or am I?
Was it?
You have you get one
Disadvantage?
action. If you want to hide and stealth, that is your action. If you choose to do something else, that'll be your action.
Oh, thank God! I'm a paladin that's proficient in stealth.
Okay, so stop.
I'm jumping into the back of this cart.
Oh, thank the Lord.
Are you guidance? Oh, well, I don't know if you can get a
So
guidance.
go ahead and roll
off.
me stealth checks then.
Yeah,
For those that have chosen to hide. If you choose to do anything else, let me know.
Oh
I am
no.
diving. I am diving into one of the cart ride stall.
I will join Andros in that. In fact, I
I
just
am
learned how to
out.
read.
I need breastplate.
Well, it was nice playing this character.
Oh boy.
Not heavy armor. So
Okay.
Oh
I
my
actually
God.
got nine. I actually
That's
got
not
19.
good.
Oh, barnacle.
Wait, I have
He'll be
a
fine. He's made out of water.
I have a stupid
Barnacle.
idea. Can
I'm
I
not
cast,
surprised.
Can I cast blink?
Reina.
Sorry.
You cast blink.
Would I have enough time for an action to cast a spell? Or would you say the stealth check already accounts for that?
Roll me an initiative. You can beat a 15 on with an initiative roll. Then I'll say you outperform the securities. Okay.
Okay. 18. I'll be happy with that. Then yes, I will cast blink.
Okay.
Oh shoot, that's right. I need to roll 11 or higher.
Oh.
No.
For
Oh no.
It was worth a shot.
wait, so it's a spell that has a wait.
So normally it's a defensive spell. The idea you just cast it on yourself, you don't need a whole concentration, and there's a 50% chance you basically vanish to the ethereal plane.
So, and
That's
if
how
you
it's
don't roll
normally
it, just
supposed to
nothing
work.
happens? Hold on, me. Spell fails and the casting is wasted. Wait.
So I guess he failed it. Just nothing happens.
Well, it's more of a this lasts for a minute. I got to re-roll every minute. Oh no, this is a stupid.
Wow.
Is that my decision? But
We have the stir.
A minute's not that long outside of.
no. But I'm thinking the logic of I'm probably gonna get vibe checked by this thing, and then you're gonna try to stabilize me, and I'm gonna disappear to the ethereal plane.
Oh, I'm not gonna survive this. Neither of us are gonna survive this. I don't have enough health points to survive this.
You got
Oh,
more than
no.
me.
I have 16, and I'm going
I
to
have
take half.
9.
I'm going to take half of what Barnacle takes.
Well,
Well,
goes-
thankfully, the stealth check for this is not very high against it. So
Good.
Well, a 3 I don't think does.
3 does not.
I
The
don't think a
DC
4 does either.
The DC was 12 for this one. So
Well, at least you won't take barnacles.
So for those that failed, you will be taking half of it because you did still try to avoid it and not compete with it. So you take 18 points of piercing / like bludgeoning as as the lights go out, security is once again called, and something just shrouded in darkness and incredibly angry rampages.
So what's this rule about losing like half your HP in a turn when it comes to getting killed?
You have to lose more than your total, or your max
Okay.
HP.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're at 9, you'd have to take 59 damage in a turn to be instantly
it.
killed. So, is the 18 the halved already?
Yes.
Okay.
I am down. Where is the death saving throw button?
Hit dice.
So that would be
I see it.
Absinthoss and Andros, I think, are the only two failed that roll.
Yeah, Andros also goes down.
Oh God.
Okay, at least it passed one.
Does
The
that
two
mean that
guys
Barnacle
by themselves
disappears?
both go down. Though I imagine Barnacle would convey this to Abby in some form or fashion.
That's
Oh.
2 failures.
Okay, well, I'm guessing that Barnacle says something to Evian, right? Okay, she turns around.
Boss is
Before-
hurt. Fuck.
Before
She's
Barnacle,
running, she's
kind of
running.
flashes into a puddle.
Yeah, and then he just he dissolves.
Okay. As the lights resume back on in the carnival, the sounds again resume to the screaming of two and to the damage of others. But the Dunka Dwarf, you see the dwarf is still sitting in there, very burnt to a crisp, but still alive. And you see the Carney again, kind of poking his head out. I hope that taught you a lesson about throwing me over the counter. Now, for anyone else who would like to play, you are welcome. But you, he points at them, are banned.
They were pleasant
And I'll put you in the tank.
I might have been invested in what security did. What was the damage again?
You succeeded, though, but it was 18.
You succeeded. The
18
DC was only 12.
DC was only 12 for this one.
It was 18 points of damage, and that's already halved.
Yep.
So, or that was halved for stealth, and then if you succeeded, it's halved again?
No, if you succeeded, it does nothing.
Oh, okay.
If you attempted to hide from it, you take, as you probably figure out, you take half if you attempted to hide from it, but fail, you take half. If you attempt to hide and succeed, you take nothing. If you do absolutely nothing, you'll take the full brunt of him. But if you try to do something else, I don't know what you do. Maybe you'll succeed in something else. I do not know the course you'll take.
Okay, well, I succeeded, so...
Yes.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
The DC might get a bit harder every time security is called.
So now I'm curious what Evian thinks when she sees 2 people on the floor dying.
You pressing, it keeps on not working.
Well, I was saying, should we do the Alton? He's asking a question
Yeah.
first before I do it. Anything?
I'd say Alton can get his... I'll say that didn't necessarily interrupt the short rest. You're not done with the short rest, because it hasn't really been 30 minutes yet. But I'll say just you kind of ducked under the park bench. And I won't say that interrupted the short rest, necessarily. Since you, like, succeeded. Had you failed, that'd be a different story. But you succeeded. Though the duck has left after the darkness is receded, the duck is no longer with you. Okay, so Evian, I imagine you stabilize them both.
Yeah, she basically goes, "Oh my god, shit, 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 shit," and then she basically skirts on her knees towards both of them, and then places both hands on them, both of them on their chest, and then uses 2 spell to. You know what? She's gonna use 2 of her first level spell slots to do cure wounds. So
Question
the first one is
who are you healing first?
Yes.
That's a very important question.
It
Can I
is.
roll my d20 first to see
I
if I'm
thought-
blinking to the ethereal
Hold on.
plane again?
Not make things crazy. I thought you could stabilize
your
quickly to
concentration.
prevent the death saving throws, but you can't be stabilized until or
You
you can get
can
stabilized.
you can spend an action to stabilize somebody. Yes. And
Yes.
you don't have to spend a spell slot to do it. But
I
the
see what you're
question is, who does she stabilize first?
First. And am I still here when she comes rolling around?
But you lose concentration on it.
It's not a concentration spell.
Concentration spell.
Oh.
So you're gonna have to answer, I guess, Absinthos's question first.
I mean, it only lasts a minute though.
Yes.
So
Well,
depending on how
the
long
death-
you want to.
The death saves are every 6 seconds, so it's lasting longer than a minute. It's the
Oh, I
death
see.
saves
So
are
we're
happening
kinda-
more quickly. So it's a very important question. What
Evian?
does Evian do? Who does she see? Absinthos. And who does she save?
Oh no.
Wow. Okay.
I guess for me, at least, I want the GM question first.
Is it visible that they're
Because the thing is, if he's unconscious and he blinks away,
what?
then
You know what? She's gonna cast aid instead of touching them. So I'm gonna use my spell slot to cast those 2, and their HP HP points go up by 5, so that should rebound them back up. So-
That will do it.
Hey,
That-
that was very
Wow!
That was a smart play.
yes, it
Very
was.
good.
Wow, that's good.
I knew I kept something
Yay!
in me.
Smart things.
You can also cast it on yourself.
Yeah,
With a
well,
third.
true. So 3 of us, yay, 8.
So that puts us up to 53. That puts us 5 max health
Yep.
higher and heals us for 5.
It is not temp HP. This is but it's a temporary +5 max HP.
Yes.
Weird wording.
All right, good play.
Yeah, that was a good
Evian
play.
for the rescue there.
Yeah, she just comes up running. She's like, "Oh shit!" Skirts on the ground, and then just basically, tries to focus on her Fey magic and just waves her hand mystically about her, like drawing symbols in the air before a glow starts to form around them.
Evian, for that, I'm gonna give you inspiration.
Yay!
I didn't get in a lot, but that was a very good play for saving 2 players.
Thank you. And then I'm guessing you guys come around. And she's like, "What the fuck happened?"
What the fuck? I hate that security. Oh,
God, you guys look like shit.
yeah, fuck.
I have some. I can heal you, but not a lot. But I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do my best. I'm not like everyone else, but I'll do my best. So she'll
Why
do.
don't we go find scaly fuck? Ugh. Zidane.
Right. That'd probably be a good idea since he's a healer. Yeah. Let's get you both up. And she tries to hoist you both up carefully to your feet and is making sure you guys are stable enough to walk.
Salty,
Brittle
would you
bone
roll
syndrome.
this? Would you roll Blink still being active at this point?
I'd say Blink is still active, but because we're playing with that 6-second timer for getting to you before death things roll, I'd say that it took the last roll. So if you want to roll now to just randomly blink out, you can, but you were still visible since you
Yes.
failed the roll anyway.
So I rolled again. And I apparently am going to the ethereal.
Oh God
Ugh.
bless. Ugh.
Oh. What? Where did he go? Fuck.
What? Oh shit.
Granted, he's going to reappear in 6 seconds, so
Possibly.
Possibly.
Oh, yeah, he does. And then he.
no,
yeah, he
it forces
reblinks.
it. It says at the
Yeah.
start of your
Yeah.
next turn. At the start of your next turn, if you are on the ethereal, you return to it at a space within 10 feet. So it's like you blink in and out over and over. You don't stay permanently locked out.
Now I gotta Google what the. Oh
Oops.
my.
So he
What do I
blinks
see?
away.
What do I see?
Oh no.
What do you mean?
I
In the ethereal plane.
in the ethereal plane, which I guess is kind of like this monochrome thing. That's like a shadow of all these worlds. I know I'm thrusting you in the.
Well, not exactly. Everything looks a little bit creepier, to say the least. Those forms that I mentioned that you saw out of the corner of your eyes, they are a lot more visible now. You see shadows of humanoids walking almost merrily along, stopping at stalls and bending over and as if they're enjoying the attractions. And as they pass by, they look at you with just the strangest looks. Kind of glowing eyes amidst these shadowy forms. If but only for the few seconds that you see them, before you kind of blink back into existence to a very confused Evian and Andros. You can also dismiss this now as an action freely, by the way, according to the spell.
I will dismiss it now.
Where the fuck did you go? I just had you, and then all of a sudden you disappeared. Don't you dare go off on me again.
Well, I was trying to avoid security. Well, it's a little late in that draw.
Let's just go find Sedan, shall we? And she just
Yes.
starts chauffeuring over in the direction where Sedan and Marani might.
Okay.
And the party guest here gave me the meanest looks.
Well, you guys are shuffling over. Is anyone else going to play Dunkadorf?
I wanted to say that while this has been going on, like after security goes away and the proprietor has finished yelling at us, Marani is going to just stomp up to Thamor. She is completely pissed, and she's like, "Thamor, what the fuck were you doing?"
I was cheated.
Okay, great, but we were specifically told that we piss people off, security comes, and obviously security is that big fucking thing that rang our bells twice now. You really thought that was a smart play? And you hit me in the fucking head!
I threw the ball forward. It hit you in the back of the head.
And then you threw
You
it
were
at me
behind
on
me.
purpose!
I will admit I did do that one, yes.
Oh, well, thank you for admitting that much, at least. Can you...
He's just sitting up here on top of the seat of the wagon.
Okay, Thamor, is it worth asking for you to show a little bit of restraint here? Probably not, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Just fucking stop it.
While Mirani and Thamor are having a candid conversation, Zidane's gonna come over to the Carney. So, what is the gimmick to get the ball to the target?
Well, it's not much of a game if I tell you how to win.
No, but it isn't as much a game if there's no way to win.
Oh, there's a way to win. It's just a little bit of skill, a little bit of luck, and a little bit of fun.
How much of this luck is, wow. Manipulated?
Why, it's a carnival. What do you think? If you're too scared to play, little, snaky one, then no fear. The dwarf he'll be well taken care of. He is, after all, the star in our Dwarf.
Does he, asking out of character, does the dwarf look, back in good health? Or is he still a little bit crispy?
He's crispy, but oddly enough, it seems like a lot of the burn marks are slowly healing.
And it's just the station is just with the 3 balls, and then you have to hit the target.
As far as what's described, yes. You need to hit the target to dunk the dwarf.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh, do I have it prepared? Oh no. Okay, this is gonna be very dumb. Alright, well, I suppose I'll play.
All right, step
The
right
object-
on up.
But
Zidane.
to be clear,
Snaps
the object of the game is to get the dwarf into the water, correct?
He narrows his eyes as he looks at you. Technically, yes.
Is this
Maybe.
like a giant tank that looks reinforced?
Yes. The glass
And I'm
looks
guessing
pretty thick.
it's high enough that it would, whatever time limit, it would be difficult to actually climb. Okay.
I mean, you don't know that for sure, but I mean, doing so, I mean,
Would
doing
probably
so
be
blatantly, he may be very much against something he'll call out
Yes.
for. Like I said, the rules are you can cheat, but they're gonna cheat too, and if they catch you cheating. So with that, he kind of
So-
keeps his glare on you as he snaps his finger, and the dwarf alights again.
So with the first ball, I will attempt to throw it.
Go ahead and roll me a athletics at disadvantage.
14.
Okay. Roll me a d6.
How many other party members do I have? 6?
Marani, roll me a dexterity saving
Jesus
throw.
Christ, I am starting to take this personally.
You get the +4. You get the +4.
Okay, well, good. That is good. Okay, that with the +4, that's a 25.
Okay. Marani, you just out of the corner of your eye, you see Zidane lining up a throw it, and it blinks out of existence, and almost just out of pure mix of hatred and remembrance, you hear the swish of something behind you as you quickly duck, and the ball flies from behind your head and slams into the cart.
Wait, please just fucking stop throwing these things at me!
One more toss.
All right. Go ahead and roll me the Athletics again.
God.
Dave White chuckles.
Disadvantage. All right.
15.
Roll me a d6.
I'm getting
A
my dice
4.
ready now.
Ronnie, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
Fortunately, he's rolled the two numbers.
26.
Same as before. You turn to yell at Zidane, who I guess merely just shrugs as he lines up another throw, throws it again,
he's
pops into the
focused.
wild, and again, Marani, you just hear that swishing as a ball tries to clock you in the ear, and you duck. It flies by.
She just, Marani is looking completely flustered and really pissed, but she's not sure at who anymore. She's over this.
It's for a good reason.
You've got one more throw.
And with that, he's gonna wind up with the last ball. But, speaking in, what is the Yuan-Ti's mother tongue? I think it's Abyssal. Oh wait, no, he's just gonna say this in common. He's going to focus his will on the dwarf. And he is going to say, listen to my voice. If it causes the pain to go away, slip into the water. And going to cast Suggestion. So he can roll against it, or he can follow the suggestion. If I read it correctly.
It says it must make a wisdom saving throw, so it does not get a choice.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't have
Please
much
don't.
wisdom.
Please don't roll high.
No!
That was very loud.
It's Thunderhands.
What a Chad.
Of all the times for Thunderhands to roll high,
There's only one he falls for suggestions from.
he while on fire, burning, he just glares at you. I am still the man of my word. And then resumes screaming.
Will. Crap. Let's wind up with the last ball and actually throw it this time.
Oh my god.
Roll me that athletics. All right, roll me a d6.
Getting my dice now. Uh-huh.
Ronnie, roll me a
Yes.
dexterity saving throw.
Okay, fine. Fuck all of you. It's a dirty 20.
At this point, it's almost become a habit to dodge these balls for you. As he winds up, throws, it pops into the Fey, between the Feywild, and swings out behind you again.
You know, at
And
this
as
point, the
soon as it
smart thing to
pops
do would
out-
go stand by the target.
Apparently.
Why haven't we done this?
I don't know. I never thought of it before.
So many things.
You've had 3 of the 4 balls chucked at you, and you haven't gone and stood by the target.
I've been too busy
Hey.
cooking. You fucking
Well,
assholes.
that's your 3 up. Now, you have a choice to make, Mr. Zidane, was it? And he points over to the door. You can either take his place, or you're banned from this attraction.
Is the dwarf healing up again?
The fire's gone out, but he definitely looks a lot worse for wear. Currently, the wounds aren't healing.
Does everyone else hear this screaming going on? As like,
As you get closer, you are hearing the screaming of the dwarf.
And I assume Marani.
And Marani swearing curses to the high heavens. So at this point, as Zidane's doing this, I imagine you all have caught up. If you are going, for those that are catching up with the Dunkin' Dwarf group, you can go there. But
Oh, Thaymore sees the lake behind him.
Oh, Jesus
no.
Christ.
it's going fishing.
He's fishing for tickets.
Granted, that was a meta discussion about the balls and the teleporting balls, that is. Is there some sort of check I could do to see if Zidane could figure that out? Like an intelligence-based one, or...
I mean, I'm not going to say it's necessarily... It's not exactly meta at this point if you figure that out through yourself and your characters figuring it out. Figure out a puzzle, right?
He was concerned with trying to get the dwarf into the water and not necessarily thinking too much about not quantum mechanics. The other mechanics.
I mean, I will leave it on what you think Zidane would figure out, but I mean, I'm not going to sit there and say, no, Zidane would... Like, this is not a scenario where I would say Zidane wouldn't have ever thought of this. Like, that, I mean, at some point you figure out some of the gimmicks or ways to try and cheat the cheaters. It's kind of the whole theme, right?
Yeah.
But as you're deciding that, I guess just real quick, Andros, Appenthos, are you guys heading towards them at Dunkadorf, or are you just kind of resting?
I need healing badly.
I think they were trying to find the healers.
Oh, that's right. The healers and the off healer were not with the squishies.
Yeah, so either
So are you all going to where they are, or are you going all to the ring toss? Are you splitting up again and like two going to ring?
Well,
and to...
yeah, because we had a little discussion earlier between characters. Evan was gonna go with Alton because Andros and Epsos was gonna head off towards the where that Anamarana might be.
Okay, and we'll kind of play that in a second here. All right, so then what's your answer then to the attendant?
He's going to look back at a rather annoyed Marani. He's going to look at the dwarf, who's much worse for wear. You want to try your hand at this one, Marani?
Oi, lovebirds! Talk!
Andros, what the hell happened to you?
Whatever fuck happened over here and summon the goddamn shadow fucker.
Seymour hops off the wagon, apparently.
Oh, God. You got any of those fucking healing potions or magic or something? I'm
Yeah.
right the fuck beat up.
Yeah, come here. She'll hand off one of her +4 healing potions.
Okay. 2d4 plus 4, you said?
Yeah.
Absinthoss, are you going that way too, or are you joining Evian and...
Evian and Alton at this point.
Okay.
Then I guess I'll go after Andros because he went by himself. Because pairs, I
I
guess.
mean, it's not that hard to see each other from where you are. It's not that
Oh, that's true.
hard to see them. Okay, but again, Zidane,
Um,
the attendant is still awaiting your answer, like kind of pressed up almost to your face at this point.
Do I get out of the tank if I get dunked?
Yes, that's part of the reward. Is you get to get out of the tank if you get dunked, but you have to, someone has to hit the target first.
What about a ticket?
Well, you'll have to survive. Otherwise, you'll be banned from this attraction.
What about getting a ticket for being successfully dunked? Is there a way I can roll persuasion?
But the prize is a ticket.
Well, for the one throwing, but what about the person that's in the tank?
Is your life not good enough for you? I mean, if you want to be the permanent attendant in the tank, I'll give someone else a ticket then, for sure. I'll pay your price as a ticket. You can
Fair
always
enough
use a
point.
permanent donkey.
Hmm.
Okay.
I'll sit in the tank. Not
Sedan.
permanently, of course.
But that's not your choice. And with that, he snaps his finger.
Oh dear.
Oh,
And in a
Jesus.
blink of an eye, you're sitting in the tank. Sitting above the water.
What happens to Thunderhands?
Thunderhands is now sitting where Zidane was sitting in front of the carny, breathing heavily, his breath ragged as he's covered in burns. And he just kind of lays back and collapses on the ground.
Oh, fuck this fucking place. And she just walks up and grabs a ball.
Oh, we got our next person
Andros
to play.
recognizes him.
Ah.
Andros is in no state to recognize a dwarf that's been burned and has fallen over.
All right, Lassie, you ready to play?
Oh, just let's get this over with.
He snaps
my-
his fingers, and Zidane, you are set aflame.
Oh boy. What am I rolling?
You roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I'm good at I'm sort of good at those. Normal?
Yep.
11?
Please say that the DC was 10.
Not exactly. You take 7 points of burning. Of fire damage.
Okay,
All right.
first ball. First ball, let's go.
Yeah, you're just throwing the
Okay.
ball.
10.
As you throw the ball, it just weaves oddly to the left and swerves out, striking and or swerves out to the left, like as if throwing a curveball. You're gonna have to throw harder than that.
Nah, thanks for the tip. Can I guidance myself as I
Yeah.
do this? All right, yeah, I'll try that this time.
All right, go ahead and roll me athletics again.
Okay, with disadvantage, that's 16.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a d6.
Okay, Jesus. 6.
Finally, someone rolls the same number.
Hand to God, that's a 6.
As you throw it forward, it blinks out of existence, and for a brief moment, you just get that tingling in your spine as though the ball is going to reappear behind you. But it blinks right in front of the target, slamming heavily into it. And with a loud clank as it strikes it, the latch is released and Zidane is dunked into the water.
And it turns out to be poison.
I'm not that mean.
It would have
Acid.
been fine
Fire
if
is
it was
put
poison,
out.
but
The attendant gives you a big grin. Oh, wonderful. It only took you, well, a few tries, but congratulations are in order. And as promised, he gives his flourishing bow and presents to you a ticket. Oh, and right, your friend. With a snap, the basket holding the water breaks open, spilling the water everywhere, and Zidane, you kind of just wash on out.
You alright, Zidane?
it's not as bad as when I was touched by that fallen angel, so yes.
Well, good. Walk walks up to the guy and just kind of like snatches the ticket out of his hand. Thank you. We're leaving now.
Enjoy the carnival.
Yeah, fuck you.
What? Oh, no one's ever said that before.
And
What
is
kind
the dwarf free to go?
He turns and goes, "Oh, yes, that one. Yeah, I guess his servitude is up. I'll send him back where he came from. Don't worry about him. He's an odd one." And with a bit of a flourishing
So
snap,
Sedan has the axe on his waist. Does this guy potentially recognize it?
he is in no state to recognize anything.
Okay,
Probably
that's
luckily
fair
for
enough.
most, but with a flourishing snap, you see Thunderhands fade away.
Oh, man.
Don't worry, he's safe. He's back where he found the portal here anyway. Not sure how he even found it. Something about screaming after the girl he loves or something. Anyway, enjoy the carnival.
Here it is.
As he ducks behind the stall and vanishes from view.
Zidane, you done playing?
I suppose. Here. And he's going to tap you on the shoulder. Or roll 20. Could stop moving my stuff. Doink. Oh, I can just see. Anyways. So you start off with 9.
And then another 20 on top of that
Yeah, as long as you don't get hit by anything else.
in the next minute.
Also, you're also shiny.
Oh. Oh.
Did you decide to stand in the middle of the road?
Fuck you. Oh.
Where's Barnacle?
Fuck if I know. That thing charged, everything went black, and I woke up staring at antlers leaning over me. I think she did something, thankfully. Oh, God, that hurt.
Barnacle probably went the same way as Frey and Shinari.
Was it you guys who pulled up security? Again?
I think that you have Thamor to thank for that one. This guy gives a really pointed look at Thamor.
At this point, Andros looks like straight up. He's still sitting on the floor.
Thamor, what the fuck?
He had wronged me, and he must have paid.
Did you at least get a ticket?
No, he didn't at least get a ticket.
It was a group effort. That's the Dan presents one ticket.
Hey, I only threw one ball at Moroni. Sedan threw like 3.
You threw
Right.
one at me on purpose.
What? Are you trying to...
Is everyone all right? Is anyone seriously hurt, like me and Saucy here? No? Good.
Let's keep it that way.
How many tickets we got? I got one.
I just got my second one.
And Evian's, I think, got one. I think Barnacle said something about it. So we got 4. I know Elton and Evian went off to go check out another stall. So at least we need 3 more.
Sedan and I were able to figure out that that Hall of Freaks over there, it gives 3 tickets if we are successful in making it through, but it requires all of us.
Same with the Maze of Mirrors.
Oh,
So we're at 4 tickets right now?
4. Do we know if you're... What is that? A teddy bear? Does that need a ticket too?
I think that at this point it's probably safe to assume that it does. I think that there is... I don't think that this is a regular old teddy bear. I think there's something inside.
Did you cut it open to find out?
I frankly would rather not do that here, seeing as we're probably being watched and I don't necessarily know what's safe to do. since apparently playing by the rules can blow up in our faces.
I tried to use my abilities to see if there was something alive in it, and all I got was the twisted nature of this place. It's
Right,
something shrouding it.
Let's go see if we can cheer on the other two, get them a ticket. I don't know. We can go and do one of the last things before this whole place goes up in fucking darkness again.
Yeah, I'm ready to be done with this place. Let's go.
Hey, help me up.
She reaches down, just reaches a hand forward to help him up.
Zidane gets the other hand. If
Alright.
offered.
Thamor, you owe me a fucking back massage after all this is done.
I'll buy you beer instead.
Bear and massage, I can hold a date.
Can I take a second look at that ticket, please?
You've looked at the first one. Why do you need to look at this one too?
Well, what if they're different? What if some of them are fake? I wouldn't put that past the carnival.
She doesn't give it to him, but she holds it out so that he can see.
I do an investigation or arcana on it to see if it still has that same magical residue or has a different one.
Yep, you can go ahead and roll me an Arcana then.
Does he get advantage because he's examined one before?
Well, thankfully.
I mean, not exactly, because if he fails to kind of figure out the first time, I mean, looking at it again, it's not...
Oh.
I mean, yeah, it still has that trace of magic to it. And as best as you can tell, I mean, again, this is kind of an odd textured paper, something you gather might be something made in the Fey realm, like from the trees or the fauna here. And that trace of magic with your Arcana, I mean, with the roll you got now, kind of looking at this one, giving it a bit more attention, your best guess is it has something to do with almost like a clairvoyant magic, being able to track or identify these tickets.
Well, that's convenient. He turns around, walks away.
But
Here
we'll
to
quickly
enlighten us.
hop over to Ring Toss, since they would have beaten you guys there, technically. But as you approach, again, as with every ride, the attendant seems to just appear out of nowhere. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our Ring Toss. As you can see, we have several pins, and he kind of waves his hand across a booth filled with a bunch of odd-shaped pins of similar size. And I've got these rings here. All you have to do is land 3 rings onto the appropriate pins, and you win a ticket. Seems simple enough, right?
These aren't weighted, are they?
Oh, I don't know. He kind of like holds them in his hand, kind of juggles them around. I feel fine to me.
I think it's safe to assume there's something wrong with this game.
Well, that's
Yeah, compared to
just
the last game I played, I have no doubt. Are you sure you want me to do this?
I think so. Out of character, I think you're like 20 dex, right?
No. It's
Oh, you're
it's
not?
close. It's 17. So.
Oh, I'm actually better dex than you.
Then you should do it this time. You play a game.
However, that is not the right way to do this. The right way to do this is for me to inspire you and you to throw, because we're real close.
Yeah.
So I will give you bardic inspiration.
All right. I suppose I'll take a gander at it, but may I do an investigation on these bottles? If there's like anything like clogging the tops, like if or anything like that.
go and roll me an investigation.
All right, I know I have a disadvantage on this because of the earlier thing. Fun times. May I use
Oh,
I use a bardic inspiration for the D8, right? That can go with the.
You could use your normal inspiration to reroll.
Yeah, I'll use my normal inspiration. Might as well. And that's just another disadvantage roll. I
think
take it
just another D20, I think, right? You're just adding.
for an inspiration.
Inspiration allows you to re-roll, or just like re-roll the check as if you were rolling with advantage. So it just gives you a third dice. I think it almost works like super advantage, where you take the best of the
it's like
three.
elven accuracy.
It's weird.
Okay,
I would say
so
you just compare it. It just compares to the 7, and it would be like re-rolling the 7.
Yeah, that's how I would take it.
That's what I thought. Yeah, just
so
Just roll a straight.
to say, yeah, just roll
Got
it
it.
straight.
I was about to say it's
Investigation.
like
Just roll a
Okay.
d20.
Marginally better.
marginally better. Yay.
As best you can tell, you don't really see anything. They're just kind of a bunch of empty bottles, and there are a total of 9 of them. Kind of sets like a set in a square.
But they're just like nothing like any specific ones have like a special like higher points or like there's rings on the mid center one or anything like that.
Not that you can see currently.
Okay. Well, I'll give it a shot, I guess. And she just takes the rings out of his hands as they come out of his down from the air.
Okay.
Right.
You've got
First
to aim
one.
for the bottles that have you.
Me.
And with a snap of his fingers, the bottles fill with a small effigy that look, strangely, like you and your party. With 2 blank ones. Well, not 2 blank ones. With 2 of the bottles having effigies of things you've never seen. People you've never seen.
She raises an eyebrow and looks over to him. So effigies of me, or just okay? Well, I
Need to
guess I'll
land
just.
3 on yours. And he points over, and you see yours is kind of, if again, this is a 3x3 square, yours is in the back, all the way in the back, in the middle.
My good
He's like-
sir, that seems egregious. Wouldn't it be more sporting if we were allowed to hit one of the, more than one of the bottles?
I suppose. But I'll have to make the, you know what? Yes, maybe it would be more sporting. However, if I agree to that, if you miss a ring, well, I'll just have to make the consequences double then. Agreed?
Only if we know what the consequences are first.
Exactly.
Oh, that wouldn't be any fun now, would it?
I'm trying to be persuasive. It's not going well.
I mean, you can roll me a persuasion against him.
I would love to. That's a 22.
Jeez, alrighty.
Hard.
Jeez, and for the fact that he rolled
Yes.
high.
I rolled an 11.
Jeez. Okay, I guess that's barred for you.
I don't
Alton
often
is
get a
a
chance to use my
stabilizer.
social skills with this group, but maybe one of these days I'll be able to.
He kind of leans over. You look like a fun little fellow. Let's just say that there are, well, missing might cause everyone to just choke a little. You know.
Oh, I see. Well,
And if you put the rings on the same one too many times, well...
yeah. So, I'm assuming the rest of the party is coming along?
Yep. I'd say if you guys are kind of stalling for the time, the rest of the party would have caught up at this point.
Evian, might I suggest not throwing rings towards the, Absynthos and Anderos bottles?
I will try my best. Seriously, I will try my best.
Who is the...
She gets a little closer to you. She's like, by chance, she starts whispering, by chance, do you have a special magic that can, like, do you have like a maid, like a mystical hen kind of thing?
I actually do.
Okay, good to know.
But I don't think we can do that when you're throwing them. Like, I was thinking about this before. I could probably cast Mage Hand such that it melds with my hand when I'm holding a ring, and then I can make it look like the thing. This is out of character, of course. I can make it look like the thing's flying through the air to get to the bottle, but, like, that's subtle spell, and I don't have subtle spell, so... Yeah, DM's probably gonna tell me, no, they're gonna see you do that, or whatever.
He just leans over. So, if you can do that thing, I do have one more Vile Cloud, but I don't know if these Gafoonies over here are all on cahoots of what I just did earlier, and I apologize, but it had to be
Do you have
done.
a smoke cloud?
Vile Cloud.
Fog cloud.
I have she kind of like lifts up a pouch, and then you see a single vial that has a clear liquid inside.
Give it a couple of, let's try one or two and, see how bad it is, and then we'll see what happens from there, but, big wink.
Yeah, she winks back. Right. She kind of like steps back a little, trying to like wring out her arms a little bit, trying to roll her shoulder blades. Here's some little pops here and there. Okay, let's give this a shot.
I'll give you another one.
Oh, thank you. I haven't even used the first ones.
Oh, you haven't? Okay. Well, I'll keep it then.
What do I need to roll, Salty?
Okay, so tell me which one you're aiming for, and then roll me a...
I'll roll for my own.
Okay. And then you'll roll me a... I say either a sleight of hand or athletics.
Which one's better?
I would hope sleight of hand.
They're both the same thing. So I'm like, okay. Go with sleighting.
Maybe I should be doing this shit. Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, you manage to throw the ring, and it kind of flies through, and it catches onto the bottle and sinks on with a nice, satisfying cling. And you feel something tugging at your throat. And as you reach up, you feel a band tightening around your throat.
Wait a minute, sir.
What is this?
I thought this was the object of the game, was to ring herself. Why is
She is.
Why is she being...
She's ringing herself.
Why is she being punished?
She isn't. That's a success. She's got a single ring around herself. If you fail, everyone gets one.
Oh, shit.
It's okay.
Well,
It'll be fine.
you know who to go for next. He looks over his shoulder, trying to find Thamor. He's a big guy. He can take it.
I will need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw to see if this is going to affect you in any way, as it is.
Oh, great.
It is restricting airflow. It is not knocking you out or unconscious or anything, but it is.
Now might be the time to use that D8 since you didn't use it for that throw.
Yeah. I'll roll it first and I'll add it if I fail. But let's see here. I'm okay, right?
Hey.
Yep, that's
I hope so.
to you.
Yeah.
It's annoying, but it's not affecting you at the moment.
That's
Okay.
a 21, by the way. 10 feet, ape strong together.
Oh, that's right. The paladin's here.
Okay. Well, there you go. Then I will try to go for myself again.
Duros will step aside Zidane and kind of position himself behind Evian, getting a better look at what's going on.
She's just getting ready, and she's like, notices you in the corner. You guys are here. Great.
Just keep going, Tony.
Right. Better than me than you guys. So.
Sorry.
So good.
You know, the choker actually looks kind of good on you.
Oh.
I am definitely using a D8.
Oh, fuck.
That's not gonna help you. It's a natural 1.
As you throw it, it just goes wide as you're distracted by Alton's comment.
Sorry.
Everyone, you feel a ring tighten around your throat. Evian, you feel a second ring
Oh, great.
tighten around your throat. So I will. You guys don't need to make the con saves yet for the rest of you, so you're not interacting with this. But Evian, I will need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
Oh, great. May I use the D8 now?
Yeah,
Yes, you can.
I definitely would.
Everything's at a +4.
Oh, that's right. So this is a 15.
That'd be 15, yeah.
This is a 15. Is that enough?
You gotta decide, I
with
think,
the
before you.
Plus,
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was saying you have to. Is it before or after I tell you the results for the?
No, the +4 is because the paladins are.
No, I know, but
Yeah,
so
I'm looking.
D8.
Hang on. Let's see. You can inspire others. Blah 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 blah. Creature can roll the die and add the number.
Decide before the GM says whether the roll succeeds or fails. So it's
Creature can wait until. Yeah. So you have to decide now before Salty says whether you succeeded or not.
I would hope
So-
that 15's enough, but
And it's a 15, yeah.
I will stick with the aura of protection, Salty. Sorry.
Well, no, yes, it succeeds.
Okay. Phew. Okay.
It succeeds.
And giving us sidelong
It's tight.
glance
It is.
Carney.
It is hurting. But you are
She
still...
just basically reaches up to her own throat, trying to get her fingers underneath, trying to lessen it, while she's still gripping the other one.
Okay.
And looks at the others. It's like, okay.
And they're feeling that pressure as it's tightening around their necks as well.
And
Is
last
anyone
one.
concentrating on any spells right now?
not at the moment.
Mm-mm.
No.
Alright, cool.
negative.
Just
All
making
right,
sure.
last time.
I mean, you have multiple rings. You have as many rings as you have until
You have to make.
you
3.
either land 3 or you're passing out.
So I only have one. Okay.
Marani will come up right behind Evian, and if she's getting ready to toss this, she'll lay a hand on her and give her guidance.
Okay.
So you add a D4 to the throw.
Do I have guidance in my sheet? I do. Okay. Thank goodness. Thank you.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yay! 15. I
Go ahead
that's
and
a
add the
D4.
D4. You got hey!
Oh, yay! 19.
Nice. And which one were you aiming for?
I was going to go for the same one I was going for before, for Evian.
So you're aiming for yourself?
You're putting another ring on your own neck.
Yes, I am.
What? Why? Okay. All right.
Because
Okay. You hear it cling with a satisfying ring, and you feel a third band clasp around your throat. You are going to make me a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
Okay. And I still have the aura protection, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Nope.
As you land the ring, you feel you feel the rings tighten around your throat, and just cut off all air as you drop to your knees and black out.
Fuck.
Well, drop down and try and give her aid.
You're able to bring her to consciousness. The rings fade from all of you, and she is gasping for air as she does so. But the rings on the bottles have also vanished. Well,
Hmm.
it was a good try, lass. But you can't much complete the game if you pass out.
So,
All right.
I can't tell if that was in real life or in character.
Convincing.
so I'll be fine. Oh God, my throat is so sore. Um, I'll just find a different game that doesn't hurt any of us, right?
I mean, I think I could probably pull this off, and we didn't actually seem to get hurt per se. It was just you passed out there for a sec, so I don't know.
Oh,
I'd like
wouldn't
to
you
give
if
it.
your air gets cut off?
Yes, but I'd like to give it a try if it's all the same.
She just waves a hand forward. Go ahead. Be my guest, I guess. Just give it to Taylor.
Same rules, sir.
Same rules.
Hand me the
He
rings.
hands you the ring with a grin.
Okay, so I'm getting a +4, right? For
That's just for saves.
That's just for the saves.
Zidane? No, but
Marani can do.
oh, it's
guidance.
just for
I can
saves?
guidance you. Yeah, but I can guidance you.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll guidance you when you throw.
All right, I'll throw a ring for Thamor's bottle.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me.
That is a 10 plus sleight of hand, right?
You can do sleight of hand or athletics.
That's a 17.
Okay. That's
Do you add your guidance to that?
Nope. Do you?
Say more.
Do I
You
lose?
feel a ring tightening around your neck.
Do I lose it? If the guidance,
let
if
me-
I don't use?
Let me check the wording.
Should just last for a minute.
Yeah, it's 1 minute concentration. So no, I don't think it does.
Okay. I'll put the second one on Zidane, unless you need Thamor to make a con save.
Nope. Unless Thamor is going to act or do something. He doesn't need to make the con save yet.
Okay. He looks
But
at
he
Zidane.
feels it tightening around his neck.
Sorry, buddy.
My face. Why would you do this to me?
That's another 17.
Okay. Aiming for.
Zidane.
Okay. It lands around that bottle. Zidane, you feel a ring tightening around your neck.
Okay. And then the last one I'll try and get around myself.
Okay.
That is 20. Dirty 20.
Nice, nice.
That succeeds. You feel the ring tighten around your neck for a brief moment. And for a second, you swear it's going to tighten. Just like it gets tighter and tighter, and you swear it's actually going to get too tight. You're kind of gasping for air before it vanishes. And the attendee just gives you a wide in. Well done, well done. I think that's the cleanest I've seen yet. No heads popped off. Shame.
He
well.
cocks an eyebrow at the head just popped off comment.
But I am a attendant of my word. With a bow, presents to you a ticket.
This is a game that can be repeated for more tickets, yes?
Oh, no. No, one ticket per game.
Uh,
Well, one win per game, I should say.
You sure I couldn't squeeze just one more game in for one more ticket?
Oh, you could play the game, but I don't have any more tickets to give here.
What if I gave you double or nothing odds?
Jeez.
As interesting as that sounds, I'm afraid I've got nothing to win on my end.
Alton, we've got a couple of different places that we can go that if we all make it through, we get 3 tickets.
I understand.
Besides,
In character, I was telling you that.
besides, aren't you here looking for someone?
Are we?
It'd be such a shame if you tried to con the con man out of his poor tickets and left the other child behind.
Right.
I don't know why you're here. Now, enjoy the carnival.
Right, at least that confirms whatever that teddy bear is at least one of our kids. So we gotta find the other one. All the other games haven't had a kid, right?
We need 9 tickets.
And what about the other games again?
We've got the Maze of Mirrors and the Hall of Freaks. And did the fortune telling tent give tickets, or
I didn't get the chance to go in.
We also have the eating contest.
There's the eating contest, there's the Maze of Mirrors, the Hall of Freaks, and a tent of fortune telling. You don't know what the rewards are, if there is one for the tent or the maze.
well, we know that the Hall of Freaks will give 3 tickets, but we all have to go in.
That's alright, I haven't been called a freak in a couple days. I'll say let's go.
I think we're gonna have to do the eating contest as well as the hall in order to get 9.
Well, let's try the hall first, at least.
Alton will go over and look in the fortune telling place.
Okay.
I mean, we all have to go in the hall.
I know. I'd like to see what's in the fortune telling place before I go into the hall.
I would want to as well. Just
Okay.
curious.
Stick together.
As you poke your head in the tent, no attendant is there to greet you at this one. Instead, you see a crystal ball sitting almost stereotypically upon a colored table, and behind it a very old-looking hag of a creature staring at it. And as you poke your head in, her eyes sharply look up at you. Yes? What do you want?
Apparently tickets.
You'll get those from the other rides. I'm here to give you advice. Views on your future or your past. Free of charge. Well, if you can bear the cost of knowing, that is.
Oh, I'm game. Alton steps up.
Is it 3 for each person, or
What was that?
is it? He said 3 per person, or for all of us.
Collective.
For what?
The fortune telling. It ends with Alton.
There's no there's no tickets involved in this one.
I meant like 3 questions.
Oh. No. She didn't give a limit to anything. She just said she does it free of charge if you can bear the price of knowing.
And you get 3.
There is no 3. 3 is not a thing.
Getting 3. I didn't mention 3 in literally any of the conversation I just had.
Oh
I'm so confused.
I'm sorry.
I think he heard free and morphed it to 3 in his head.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. She said free of charge if you can bear the price of knowing. She didn't give a numerical limit unless you want to impose a numerical limit upon yourself. But
All right, I'd like to see just how much cheese is in my future. Let's do this.
as you sit down in front of her, she gazes into the ball, and you see it swirl. That same purple and green color of the wilds above you.
You're Alton, aren't you?
Guilty.
Some famous little bard who thinks so much of himself in the world and yet can't even trust his own allies or friends. Is that about right?
We'll see.
Zidane is going to just back away from the tent, and if there's flaps, he'll let them shutter for privacy.
What do you want to know, Alton?
The fate of Galaran.
Cursed place. Its fate was sealed once and it'll be sealed again. Wishes made of foul, breaking the world, and you're the one supposed to save it. I don't know if I see that happening, though.
Neither do I, but if you are truly a fortune teller, shouldn't you know?
Fortune's a funny thing when the world's been broken once. I see figments, I see potential, and I see as clear as day the past. But the future, I see many. I see choices laid before you, Alton. I see you sticking with this group, and to your demise. You run from it. You hide from your own fate. What does that ever got? So what future do I see? I don't see much for you. But who knows? Maybe you'll prove me wrong.
Alton's visibly a little rattled. Well, that was worthless. And he gets up and turns, walks out briskly.
Oh, mind your friend. The void-wielding one. I don't like the way he looks at you. You shouldn't either.
He finishes walking out. Well, that's waste. I wouldn't go in there if I were you.
Thamor?
Amor.exe is stop responding.
He was eaten by a
He's-
Baja.
He was saying Baja finally got him.
Tag him.
Noko, you're muted.
Sorry.
I
Why
foresee
am
in
I-
his future a lot of pings.
Can you see that over again?
So Alton came out. It's sad. It was useless. Zidane
Yeah,
looked over to
He looks
Thamor.
kind of uncomfortable, and he comes out and talks to you and Zidane, and he's like, I wouldn't go in there. It's stupid.
Even more so weird is he thought we were just trying to stay as a group, but everyone else stayed back.
Do you want to go in the fortune telling tent or?
I'm fine.
Zidane's gonna walk in.
Hello there, another one. I'm sure you've heard the spiel when you walked in here before. I know a lot about you and your past and other questions you might have. The future's a little messy right now, though.
You sitting in front of her, or are you just still
Yeah,
staring
he
at the?
sits down and he's adopting the stilted smile.
Hey, let me see here. She waves her hand over the ball. It's a Dan. Warden Light or something like that. Think yourself mighty popular, huh? Oh, you let your mentor die, too. Ah, such a shame. Well, what do you think now? Stuck in this place, your friends dying around you? Oh, but what am I to say? What did you want to know?
Well, I suppose. How's my family doing? My blood relations, that is.
She kind of waves her hand over the ball.
Yeah, they're doing alright. Faring better than most of the world right now in the current situation. Resilient bunch of Yanti.
Did my sister finally kill father?
In this universe, yes. Took advantage of the fog.
They were... Much fog.
You know, ever since Faust moved back in and brought about that weird fog, you fought through it, didn't you?
It was chasing us.
It's spreading.
Well, at least that sort of played out as much as I thought. Well, another question. Is there a future in which there are more wardens? And in his mind is a picture of the conversation he had with Morani. I think it was in the text threads of him going around and then training others, not necessarily as paladins, but, well, same grading and order.
There are many branches. In the ones you succeed, I see you living an egg legacy. Yes. Proverbial little army of wardens of life. Cute. That's only if you succeed. There are those paths where you and your friends falter and fail, where life escapes you. And in those, you'll be the last warden to draw breath. If you want to avoid that future. I suggest you keep a close eye on the visitor you got with you.
Speaking of, and he's gonna connect with Madeline. Do you have any questions that you would like to ask?
Connection is silent.
Maybe. And Zidane's gonna ask, oh, right, well, one last question.
Ask away.
Is there a world in which Madeline destroys her mother but doesn't also destroy the world?
Again, with the prophetic future. All of those paths are potentially possible. Unlikely. Given the ability and reign to do so, she will erase the world and build it again and not see the folly of such actions. She is not the first to have done so.
Thank you for your time. He stands up. And as he's about to turn, he remembers something Evian had said. Did Valorn actually have any children?
It depends. Which world are we talking about?
I suppose the question that's actually been weighing on my mind is, if the world that was and was supposed to be is set right, is Evian still there?
branching future has many possibilities. It depends on how you say you fix such a world. Maybe the real question you should be looking for, Zevdan, is whether the world can even be fixed anymore. Or if you wanted to fix it, maybe you should let her go free. She'll do that a lot faster than you group will.
He puts his hand over Madeline's necklace.
The rate you're going, you're gonna see another god elected to godhood before you fix this world. And I think you know who I'm talking about. Now, be gone with you. Your future bores me.
Damn.
Well, at least that tells me that if I'm successful, it's as I hope it will be. He goes outside. He sees Morani. A big grin.
Have fun in there?
I don't think as much as the fortune teller. She said that I was boring.
Oddly, I would consider that comforting.
He
No
smirks.
offense meant.
Do you want to try your hand?
Want? I don't know if I would go that far, but I find it tempting.
She knows about the world before and the world now. Maybe you can ask about if anyone else from your past is. And I guess Thamor shoves Zidane aside.
Thanks, Thamor.
Welcome, welcome.
Falls off her head.
Hello.
I'm gonna end up killing Thamor by the end of this session.
You can certainly try.
Oh no, Noko has learned the GM.
Take a
skill.
seat. God to be.
Thamor takes a seat.
So, Thamor. An interesting past with a unique future. If things go according to your plan. What do
And
you
what plan would
ask?
that be?
You're a man who doesn't belong and yet wants it all. You want to be a god, don't you? A lawbringer of everything. You lost your home, your people, all because you fucked up that day. And you don't even know where they are, do you? And yet you have the audacity to punch demigods.
Anyone who stands in my way shall face my justice.
And that is what I see. Yes.
But I have just 2 questions for you.
Ask away.
Does the child known as Madeline know anything about my past and or my people?
Bits and pieces. She was granted broken perspective of the past and how it once was. Not full, no. Only showing tidbits enough to manipulate, to lie, to cheat, to see what she wants to see and have you see. But it's not all wrong.
You have turned me out to be a liar. I will ask more than 2 questions.
What God
Is
does
there
not lie.
anyone else who may know of the past?
Anyone besides
Besides
her?
Madeline?
I do.
That's fucking cool.
I just heard him talk about that. Just have. My last question then. Are there any magical beings in this place?
Perhaps, depending what you consider magical. The
Made
food
by
has-
another god. One of certain randomness.
That one. Not here. Don't make me look into that one. It's like staring into a tornado of possibilities.
I have asked a question and you will not answer?
Oh, I answered. There are no such beings of such deity here in this place. I would not allow it. Nor would the ringmaster allow such chaos here. No. You seek her servant. You've met her before. She is still out there.
I'm gonna make. I have a question from a long time ago. Does Thamor know how many beans were handed out to people?
Oh, Jesus.
One more time?
Does Thamor remember how many beans were handed out to people before?
You can roll me a history check.
Yeah, well, his just I want insight on her. Because he remembers he gave 2 beans to a certain Alton.
Who,
Yep, you do remember. But that was not the question necessarily that was asked.
No. But, for all I know, Alton still has his beans.
Possibly. But that was not the question you asked of her. You asked if the fair had any.
That's already in this place. Not the fair had some.
Well, if you want to be technical, in this place is a very broad area of. In this place could mean the tent, or in the fair, or in this dimension of the Feywilds. Gotta be specific when asking someone that knows many, many things.
Well, since I know this, I'll have one more question. One more question then. More specific upon the last one. Are there any magical beings from Ploink within this realm?
As you seem so keen, are you defining this realm as the fair? Or the Feywilds?
The fair itself.
Yes.
Within the current area that everyone resides.
There is still a being that you seek. Puny godling.
I have a bunch of gods much more powerful than you. Watch what you say.
I would welcome death at this point.
Oh shit.
I see more than I have ever wanted to see. I see a cascade of futures that may or may never be, and I see the past of people I don't care about.
If it's death that you want, then maybe we can make a deal.
Oh God, no!
Wow, this is
how he
good
does it.
shit.
I have a feeling we will not leave this place before the man who controls this place is dead.
You think you can kill the Ringmaster?
I think of all the things we have killed, he may be one more difficult, but we will do it.
Let me put it this way. I don't see a single future that you succeed in killing him.
Hmm.
And it seems you don't see all the futures then.
Truly said like a god. And yet, still mortal and weak. Where was that bravado all those years ago when your city was purged from this
I was there. I believe.
Yes, you were. You're the one who fucked it all up.
Now that is where I don't believe you.
Believe what you want. It doesn't matter to me if you believe me or not. I merely tell you what is, what was, and what might be.
Then what shall I do next?
I don't know. What do you want? Do you want to chase the throne of a god? Do you want to find your people and have vengeance? Or do you want another magical bean to get high off of?
Yeah, she failed all three. I strike her. That's what I wanted.
My God!
Dead.
Oh no. Do we hear?
She asked for death.
Please say yes. No, not before. Oh my God.
As you move to strike her, your fist just phases through empty air. As her image fades, you hear a voice cackling from within the globe in front of you.
Didn't think I'd see that coming. I see all of the other futures.
Is a globe held on the table?
Mm-hmm.
Is the table held down?
I don't
Are
know.
we able to hear the?
Oh, please say yes.
I mean, you can hear the escalation at this point of her
I
shouting
want
of it. This,
I-
but
I walk in.
Yeah.
Good.
Say more.
Your friend should know. This globe, while against my better judgment, is carnival property.
Oh, fuck.
As much as I'd love for you to break it and set my soul free, it will bring not only security running, but you may piss off a certain owner. He much likes having me around to tell him his piss-poor futures.
When we are done with him, I will come back for you.
Oh, I wish that were true.
All right. Please tell me that you're available for a few more consultations.
You bore me, Warden.
Oh, not for myself.
Then for who?
He gestures over to Marani.
Just
you see the image like appear again, sitting behind the crystal ball.
Would you like
Yeah.
to wait outside? Or
Yeah, I'll be out in a minute.
A little spirit girl who loves a snake. This ought to be good.
Fuck, I forgot to ask about the werewolf curse. Yeah, it's probably be fine.
A few questions, if you'll indulge me.
I have no choice. What
Why
do
did
you
my-
want? Oh,
Why did my family die?
you know this answer. Because in this present reality, they stood in the way of a group of occultists that want to fix the world again, and they happen to be at the wrong place at the wrong time, right intentions.
What, we just stood in the way?
Pretty much. Seems to be a common trend with your party. You just happen to be in the way, or just happen to be, well, perfectly in the way. Whether it's to get people killed, whether it's to get your family killed or your entire city wiped, or to get your town wiped or your band wiped, you're always just in the way. I don't know who has it worse. Me and my curse, or you lot.
Am I truly the only one left?
No. You got that thing inside you. If you count that.
It's not quite what I meant, but I think that you know that.
Oh, what you would call your little clan? Yeah. In this reality, yes. You're the last one.
Don't know that I expected anything different, but I suppose it's good to know one way or the other.
But who knows? Given the right circumstances and your little snake friend, you might be able to rebuild your clan. I see a future which you try to do so. Very cute. I wouldn't name her Allie, but that's my choice.
My heart just stopped. Okay. Speaking of my companion, what do we have to do to remove his affliction?
No medic or doctor. But in the futures I see where he's gotten it taken care of, you find a cleric of some renown who removes it. But it's a tricky one. Or you find someone similar to how it was bestowed. Your Fey friend might know a bit more, since the curse seems to be Fey in nature to begin with. Not one of ours. Ours would be a bit more fun.
I think we have vastly differing opinions of fun.
Oh, we do for sure, but when you've lived as long as I have and seen what I have, your definition of fun changes.
One last question before I leave you to your whatever this is, whatever kind of sad existence you have.
Oh, there's no sugarcoating that. It is pain, but I have no choice. I am thus compelled.
Well, then maybe you could tell me. Am I doomed to madness?
Doom. No. There are futures where you are free. Futures where you succeed alongside your friend. You, through him, find your strength to hold on to what sanity you've got left. You will be tested. Yes. Almost every branch I see it is tested. Whether it be by flying balls from a companion, or by the rigors of the voice inside your head. That is for you to decide, Ronnie.
If I were to decide not to be free, but to thrive alongside it, what do I need to do?
You would have to embrace it. Only through falling and conquering your madness will you come out on top. Coexistence and thriving, much like you did with your astral friend, much like you do with your companion. You must touch this insanity. Come out on top of it. In that way, you and I are a little bit alike.
I don't know that I much like the sound of that.
I didn't say it for your benefit. Brings a small comfort to my tortured heart to know I'm not alone with the voices in my head.
Well, I'm glad that I could provide this small comfort for you then. Just gives a little sarcastic wave and then walks out.
Have fun with your companion, Ronnie.
I'm sure I will.
Welcome back, Sparkles.
Thanks.
You don't
You
look
up for
you don't look cheered up. She didn't give you a laugh.
a laugh? No, but it wasn't entirely fruitless, I would say.
Fair enough.
Are you all right?
Oddly, yeah, I think I am.
All right. Well, Andros, are you?
Yeah,
going
go
to-
see what she has to say. Should be fun. Andros will sneak by and throw the curtains aside and saunter in with a little bit of a swagger.
You.
Right. That's not the worst greeting I've got before.
I know. You likes to cohort with the gods.
Yeah, I know, but what about you?
See? You've got your little connections. Why talk to me?
Figured you could give me a laugh.
You could do that by looking in a mirror, you blue devil.
So go on. Did you think it up by yourself?
What was that?
He said, "That's a good one. Do you think that up by yourself?"
No.
Takes the seat and sits on it backwards and leans forward over the table.
What
So
do
what's-
you want to ask? Andaros, killer of your crew, servant of the moon and sea and land and yada yada yada. Still a pup at the heels of his parents.
Well, that seems a little extreme, but sure. I like the bit about all ruler of all those other things, though. Tell me about that.
About what?
Well, where does this all lead me? What's my...
You have the most broken of futures. So many choices, so many paths because of all the different fingers and hands that play into your future.
Really?
Yes.
What's your
Reading into it is like
favourite?
spinning in a circle and throwing up. My favorite?
Eh.
Oh, it's when you die, then I don't have to look any further.
Oh, come on. Come on, pick me something that'll make... Cheer us both up. Let's say
My favorite
this.
one was you dying on the minecart after security ran through you. And your friend didn't make it in time. Oh, what a glorious future that was, because it ended right then and there. I have to keep looking and seeing her face.
Her face?
Yes, the damned god of the moon.
I agree with you
Used
there.
to serve her too an age ago. Conduit for clairvoyance. Now, no, cursed, I am here instead.
So she did you wrong too, then?
Yes, if you want to clarify it like that. I see it as a wrong, but I saw no other future where I was right. Damned if I did, and damned if I didn't.
Oh, and the future must really suck.
Try knowing thousands on thousands of futures.
Good. No, I like just seeing where it takes me, you know? Because fate and destiny and all that shit, it's a crock of shit.
As carefree as you, I wish I could be. Especially given the demise of your crew, your friends. And now, you safely say you're not leading your current friends on the same path.
I'm doing my best. That's gotta mean something, right?
Oh, I'm doing my best. You're telling a fortune teller you're doing your best. Right.
Is there more I could be doing?
And what future you're trying to steer yourself to, oh, Captain, my Captain.
Well, let's start with one that doesn't get us all killed.
Not many of them. But well, you'll have to first escape this place. Easier said than done, as you've seen. Confront your friend Faust. Play the part of a hero. Then, that's where things get sticky. You'll have many choices to make. Whether to keep serving the ones who see you for farther than you, and trusting their judgment, and following them to that happy ending. If you can call it happy. Or do you go groveling back to your father? plead for his forgiveness and ask for Paylor to save you instead and guide you to that future? Or do you pick the one where you cast off the shackles of the gods? But I don't see a lot of your crew surviving that choice now, do I?
Right, so lots of doom and gloom. A couple glimmers of happiness in there. That's not bad. Listen, I really don't believe a single word you're saying. Mostly because the future's a little murky all the time. Look, I do have one question. You seem to know more about my past.
Yes.
A friend of mine got me thinking about her, and is Lucette happy? Here in this reality, or whatever you call it.
Sorry, remind me again, is that the one that was on the ship with you?
No, that was before.
Right. Okay, sorry. Got names
No,
confused.
you're fine.
I was gonna say, are you asking her about a friend that died? Like, well,
No, I think
okay.
you're thinking of Wendell.
Yes.
Wendell was
Okay.
on the ship.
Great.
Lucette was before.
She is content. Happiness is a strong word. She is happy and safe, yes. But often does she miss and mourn what could have been. Even now, she still looks out the window, hoping that maybe you'd come back.
See him nod his head a few times. Runs his tongue along the inside of his lower jaw. Right. Well, that's some good news I can take then. By the way, which you got any requests for us?
I have none that I can ask.
Really? Certainly you can. What happened? You can't see it in your future?
All the futures I can see, I am blind to my own by the choice of the one that compels me to do this. I cannot see a way out or a future for myself other than continuing to serve.
You're just as scared as the rest of us of the future. Ain't that ironic? And he stands
Never
up
said
and
I
walks out.
wasn't. Kandaros.
But as you're walking out, you barely make her out. Like, kind of, she's raising her voice as she's saying this behind you.
But I'm not the one with a constantly changing future that could lead to peace.
Sticks a middle finger up or behind him as he walks away.
Right! She is a funny one. Applesauce. You gonna go talk to her?
Listen. Yes.
Oh, have fun. She's a cheery one. Ask her about her future.
Isn't it a popular day? Not one, not two, not three, but many. Yes, I have. And what I do for you, young lordling, the one who once thought himself a hero and has failed at every turn he's taken.
Why don't you tell me something I don't know?
Oh no.
What would you like to know that you don't know?
Well, it seems like most of the people here are stuck here. What does it take for you to get unstuck here?
That should be easy enough. Follow the ringmaster's orders, attend his show, and, well, succeed. He will
That's it?
challenge you. Yes. Rules here are very, very simple. He laid them out to you at the start, didn't he?
And that frees you, pointing towards the fortune teller.
Oh no, I but only could wish. I will not free until he is laid dead, and he will not die.
It's gonna gesture a little bit of the void magic, just showing the energy from it.
Are you trying to sign up to be a sideshow here? I know about your powers, your connections, your patrons.
Oh, I have two in my future.
No, you have two now. You have the one that grants you the power you learned as a boy, and the other you picked up through your bargaining.
Oh,
The
that
void
one.
you wield is... Yes.
I should ask about that one. Who from my family will be left standing after all this?
Depends on the path you take. Given your sister's plan, no one. She would erase you and your family from the very face of the world to never hurt or harm again. At least, that's what she wants. I see futures where you fail to kill your mother. She is strong, and she would sacrifice you in a heartbeat for your power. And then the ones that you would consider a success. Only you would be left standing of what you would call your family by blood. Your patron. The scarier one. Holds them very, very tightly to their oaths.
Is there a future where my patron herself could change?
No. It is not in the whims of a demigod. You might change your patron, but she will remain cruel, as she has been for all eternity.
In one of this, he gestures the void energy again.
What of it?
I guess two things. One, he gestures towards this wooden arm.
That's a minor curse wrought about by yourself. You can see a cleric to have it removed in some futures. In others, you use its power for yourself. It is beneficial and a curse in its own right. Foolish act by a foolish child, wielding powers beyond your comprehension, and yet here you are.
Say
You
that
want to
about a lot of
play-
humans.
Yes. You want to play the hero, boy. Do you want to play good hero? Or are you looking to follow in your sister's footsteps and take the reign of the world for yourself? I see both. I see both options laid out before you.
Both remain distinct possibilities.
That is what I said, yes.
And we know the wood. What of the void? Will it ever be healed? Or is it doomed to corrupt itself until, well, my sister's wish becomes true?
The void, boy, does not need healing or mending, nor is it corrupted. The void is as it always has been. The question is whether or not you will seal it away between the bridges of the plains. You will harness it and allow it to take its reign. The world was broken once. Surely you know this by now. And in its rebuilding, holes formed between the plains, and that's where it came back from. It has always existed. It has existed before anything else. It does not need your sympathy or your healing. It needs you to make a choice. Either you serve it, or it will serve you, or you put it away for good. Failing all of that, and it will consume and bring it all back to where it once began.
Hmm. Do you see a future where I replace my patron?
I said there was a path where you took the reins of the world for yourself, didn't I? You'd be much stronger than your patron in that one. And oh, that's a fun future to watch. Painful, yes. Trolling, yes. But at the seed of it all, boy finally saw sacrifice and embraced it for the better good. Whatever you may see that to be.
He stands up. And what do I owe the pleasure for all this?
Nothing, of course, monetarily. Weight of such knowledge, for some, is nothing but a passing breeze. For others, a crushing weight, knowing what may or may not befall them, what their past may have once told them. Your path.
One last
So
question.
much potential.
One last question before I go. Are there more futures where the rest of them find out the truth? Or are there more futures where they don't find the truth?
Which truth are you referring to that they find?
The one of the moon.
There are more truths.
or more futures where they find that truth. Continuing on the path you are, trying to set things right in the heroic fashion, will naturally lead to such revelations. For good or for bad, for better or for worse. That is your choice on how you take it. They don't trust you. That trust is hard earned in many of the futures, and in many you fail to secure it. And you're killed by your own friend. Especially the one that would want to take the reins of the world away from you.
Doubt I would necessarily call her a friend. I doubt I would call that maniac a friend, given what she's transformed into.
Wasn't referring to her. She has her own. She doesn't want the reins. She wants to erase everything that once was and put things back. Or at least, that's what she thinks she'll do. I'm talking about those nearest and dearest to you. All around. So what will it be? Absent us. You want to be a hero. Or are you planning to be so much more?
Guess you will have to wait and see.
She grins a broken toothy smile at you. I suppose that's all I ever can do.
You can also have the faith to believe. Belief in things unseen. There might be some futures even your fortune telling have not seen. Perhaps there's a future where we do right all the wrongs in the world, and most of my family survives. There might even be a future where, well, maybe a future where Thamor rules over the ashes of an empire.
There are a lot of futures, boy. To say there are those that I don't see is an interesting concept. But for that to happen, the world would have to be broken again into one that didn't exist before for me to see. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Quite. And that might be the one that will happen as he walks out of the tent.
I look forward to it then.
And that was one as lame as one as Galarian. Should have expected that.
Well, I trust we all had fun in there.
Yeah. You know, it was as fun as drinking a light beer.
Oh, I thought she was a hoot.
And it's not just Andros who finds me boring.
You could do to lighten up A lot, actually.
Well,
But
I suppose running around with you is gonna help with that a lot.
you're not bad when you get kissed with a surprise.
Do I have to step in between you two again?
Depends. You want to join?
Mm,
Ah.
Gives her a wide grin. See, I told you she'd cheer me up. Something about
make me get my
almost
stick.
dying, and it's yeah, yeah. Anyway,
Don't make me get
applesauce.
my 10-foot pole.
Really? Do tell.
He's gonna grab Arani's hand and gently encourage her to go back towards the.
To the mocking, friendly laughter of Andros.
Mhm. Grumbling stuff and abyssal.
Roy, she tell you doom and gloom too? Turns to applesauce and absinthe sauce.
Yeah. It's kind of boring, honestly, with that one. You know,
What?
saying my whole family will die. Saying my sister might kill everyone. My mom's gonna kill me. You know, things we already know.
I was gonna say that's not even fortune telling. That's just reading your story like a book.
Yeah, I was mostly disappointed by the whole affair. Well, you know, cheap fun's cheap fun. Sure
Indeed.
beats getting stabbed by security.
Also true. Well, I think we've got a sideshow to go enjoy.
Yeah, we should at least find the other children or, you know, get the rest of us a ticket. I could try and do a forgery, but I really doubt it'd be effective. There's some kind of.
It all depends on whether or not you'd like to risk, well, an eternity in the Feywild on your ability to forge a copy.
Think
It's
I
a
would
mighty
rather
risk.
die than be stuck here.
Well, and that's not a risk I don't think you want to take now. Let's go get some tickets. It's a Hall of Freaks. It can't be that bad.
All right.
It was a
Sorry.
minecart ride. It can't be that bad.
It wasn't.
Sorry for the wait, Thamor. Alton.
So are you all proceeding to the Hall of Freaks, or is there going to be other side stuff?
I was hoping to get some bottles of ale from the area where Thaymor and Alden first discovered where they went to go drinking.
Okay.
She probably
Yep.
got it at the time everyone was.
Yeah, that's what I figured anyway, so I wasn't sure how many I could get, so.
You go there and they've got, the attendant has a various assortments of just odd looking like foods, kind of like slightly messed up renditions of carnival foods. Cotton candy that's an odd shade of like blues and reds, as well as some very questionable looking meats, pies, but they do have mead, and none of it costs anything.
Cool. May I take like 2 bottles of mead?
He hands them to you. He hands you 2 flasks of mead that have a very flowery aroma to them.
She basically gives the thanks, and as she's like making her way back, she's actually tearing off her scarf and then flipping up the flask and dunking her scarf into them, and before tying it back in, and then putting it in her back pouch.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right. As you approach the Hall of Freaks, the attendant, as per his customary actions, welcomes you at the front. Welcome, welcome. I see you've brought everyone this time. Are you ready to peruse our wonderful Hall of Freaks?
Ready
Depends,
as
do you
we'll
think
ever be.
Do you think we'll fit in?
Oh, trust me, you'll fit in plenty. In fact, you'll find that they may remind you of yourself. After you. And he kind of gives a bit of a half bow as he pushes aside one of the curtain flaps to let you enter in.
Thamor, I suppose that you and I go in first.
Ultimate looks down at Thamor. We will finish this conversation later. And walks up to the front.
Alrighty.
All right. As you enter into the tent, you feel yourself stepping through a portal.
Andros flips a prestidigitation conjured coin to the vendor right before he enters.
A tip for your service.
He takes it and tries to bite it, to test if it's a real coin.
And it vanishes.
And it vanishes, and he kind of chuckles and gives you a sly wink.
Breaks a tooth.
Gives you a sly little wink. We'll pull you guys over.
Oh, it's a new map.
Oh
my.
As you enter this room full of different things held in various cages,
Dear.
you see a sign very prominently displayed at the front as you entered in. The Hall of Freaks, or better known as adventurers who failed before you. And in the cages around you, you see various freaks, as it were.
One of those is my
large-
character token from another game.
How they get here?
You see a half-transformed beast prowling about in one cage. You see a shifty-looking tabaxi wandering about, scratching at themselves, clawing at things around them.
Yep, sounds right.
You see a small kobold-looking thing growling in a corner, scratching about with a chain tied to its neck and an arm still holding to it. You can swear you hear it mutter, "Friend? Friend, friend."
My God.
You see a large, beefy-looking human male in the left cell, wandering about, wringing his hands in frustration as he looks about. In the back corner, you see a feral-looking badger growling angrily, covered in scrap metal as something limp seems to be lying in the corner.
Wow. Fucking wow. Oh,
In
no.
the back cell, you see a dejected-looking suit of armor, holding a flame in his hand, staring at it listlessly, despite the fact that it seems to be burning away at his own armor. And the last cell to the far right, you hear this enchanting music coming from a satyr
Oh, Jesus
sitting in
Christ.
a corner. Her eyes never seeming to leave the lyre she plays. And that is where we will pick up next time. You guys come to face with a team of adventurers who fail to pass.
This is fucking amazing. This is so good.
Dumplemorph, why?
Dumplemorph. I'm so sad.
Dumplemorph murdered Fee.
We can get your tokens dragged out too if you want now. We can do that next time, but
No, this is great. I love this.
we will pick up with the Hall of Freaks.
I love it.
I love it so much.
Multiverse collides.